Good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing well. Give us a little chance for some folks to roll in here on a Tuesday, a lovely Tuesday afternoon. I'm really proud of this orange Yeti. As you can see, it looks like Knoxville, just right here in the palm of my hand. And I wanted to just take a day. We'll get the guitar out and we'll get to doing some picking here in a minute. I'm sure of it. We'll do some picking. In general, I wanted to talk about festivals, live music, musical retreats, guitar experiences, all of these things. I've been in the game a while. I got a little bit of gray here now. So I've been in the game a bit for years, and my first experiences at these types of things was when I was a kid. My granddad would take me and my cousin to these fiddle contests and fiddle conventions. You got to understand, in the bluegrass world, it's almost like festival seasons. Like, everybody lives and dies for festival season, right? They want to go out and have a big time doing the competitions and seeing the headliners. I'll tell you, one of my favorite moments as a kid was we would go to Merle Fest, and we would go to Hiwassee, Georgia, and all this stuff. And one time at Merle Fest, several times it would be like my favorite players. Like, it would be like the like Sam Bush on mandolin, and Bela Fleck on banjo, and Tony Rice on guitar, and O'Connor and Stuart Duncan, and Roy Husky Jr. on bass. These types of guys, Jerry Douglas, and these guys are still touring. A lot of these guys are still touring. Obviously, Tony's left us, Roy's left us, but these moments, they're like little magic moments in history where, like, lightning was captured in a bottle, and I was there, right? These things still happen. Great musical festivals all over the country, like Telluride, right? Like, that's one of Sam's big ones. They happen at Bonnaroo, they happen at a Stagecoach, wherever. I mean, there's music festivals happening all the time. Like, what is it that makes it magic? Guitar experiences. What makes one magic to you? I've taught them. I host one now. I host the Woodshed Guitar Experience. We're down to just a few slots left. What is it that you want when you go to one of these things? What is it that's like, my God, you had to be there? What was the concert that you think about and you go, God, you had to be there? It was incredible. Like, those kind of things that just come into your life and you go, man, I don't know what it would cost to go again, but I got to go, right? Like, to me, it's like, I've had some of those. One that I had was, I obviously got to see Jeff Beck about a month or so before he passed. And I was like, I don't care what it costs. I just don't care. I'll sell kidneys. Like, I got 2 of them. Something's got to go. Now, that would be an extreme, right? Making a joke. But the point's the same. The point is, like, what were those concerts where you go, man, you had to be there to see it, right? I remember being a little kid and seeing the Hell Freezes Over televised thing that the Eagles did, and that version of Hotel California with that long intro from Don Felder and Joe Walsh, the big flamenco intro. And I remember Joe having this like sweeping kind of thing, and Felder having this one lick. And I let's see if I can pull it out of memory. This will be a fun game. I vaguely recall this, and it's fun because now we're gonna see if my memory sucks or not. It had this, and this is 100% my memory. I don't know how accurate I am. It was that kind of thing, and it had this. So if I remember correctly, I think Felder did it with, and he did it with that thing. I'm pretty severely out of tune, but that's okay. So I was doing it with. So it's like a E minor triad, and you pull off with the fifth to the open, and then the seventh to the open, and it ascends it over and over again. And it ended on that F sharp, right, for the that thing, right? Let me tune up. I've been practicing my songs, getting ready for Woodshed. But I remember seeing that as a little kid and being like, holy cow, that is the coolest thing ever. Obviously, I didn't grow up with the Eagles. It was just one of those moments where I was like, God, this intro is so sick, dude. I've got to learn how to play it. Got to learn how to do it right. And I don't know if that's even remotely close, but I think it is. I think if memory serves me correct, that it's something to that effect. But these moments that we have, you want to be able to go back to them. And I think that's what the magic of live music is. Like, I know we're hanging out in a live stream, but it's just not the same as being in the room with somebody when they're doing it, doing the thing in front of you. And getting to see Eric Johnson. Wow, man. The first time I saw Eric was in Knoxville, Tennessee, and it was a little club, and man, he was on fire. The first time I got to see Brent play at 3rd and Lindsley, it was amazing. The first time I got to see Ed, I was lucky, man. I was lucky to see Ed play 4 or 5 times. Yeah, 5, I think. Oh man, and Winter Jam that Warren Haynes has, where like Robin Ford was there and Jimmy Herring and like, you know, Derek Trucks and all that stuff. Amazing moments in time. And then of course being asked to from John to be a member of the Guitar Universe, that was just spectacular. Like getting to be on stage with Dave LaRue playing bass as a Steve Morse Dixie Dregs fan, that was really impactful. And he's a sweetheart. Dave's so nice. They always say don't meet your heroes. Like I think I've met some, and they've really been great, and it's really been a great experience. And you know, hosting Woodshed and bringing that thing to life has been really magical. This is year 4, and the caliber of players we've had, you know, obviously with Bonamassa and Robin Ford, Tosin, Nick Johnston, Mark Lettieri, all these guys. These are some of the best dudes in the industry. Brent, Greg Koch, Timmons. Golly dang. I mean, just really some exceptional players. And to watch people light up in a room, it's magic. It's magic. I'll tell you a good one. This will be a good story here. I hit up Robin. This was year 2. I hit up Robin to offer him a spot as our guest of honor at Woodshed, and he was like, "Yeah, I'd love to do it. You know, I'll see you there." So it sounds good. So I said, "Robin, do you want me to get you an amp, like backline? Like what do you want to play through? You know, I'll have it for you." He goes, "No, man, I'll just bring one over." He lived in Nashville, you know, or had a place in Nashville or something. It's like, "I'll bring one over." I said, "Okay, cool." So we get there, and he goes out, and you know, I guess he had an SUV or something. He just drove in. It's not far from Nashville. It's 50 miles, something like that. He comes over and he's like, I'll just go get my stuff. And I was like, I mean, guys, he walked in with Dumble number 2, like the talk to your daughter Dumble, the one from all the legend and lore. And he had a 335, I think. And he starts, you know, he's playing, and of course he sets up. It sounds spectacular. And so we're all doing the classes and whatnot. And I get a text message. Phone kind of rings in my pocket. Hey, Andy, did you hear about Robin's amp? Come up to the stage. Come up to B stage, whatever you can. It's like, oh, man. Oh, my God. What happened? I'm freaking out. I'm like, what happened? Did it get, somebody spill something on it? Oh, my God. It's, this is going to be a nightmare. I get up there and, Robin's kind of sitting and just letting everybody play his rig, play the Dumble. And he did not have to do that. It shows you how cool he is. But it also is like one of those you had to be there moments. You could have played Robin's Talk to Your Daughter amp Dumble number 2, right? Like the irreplaceable amplifier. If there ever was one, that would be definitely way up there. I would think as far as legend and lore, that would be way, way up there. So yeah, like the concerts and festivals and guitar retreats, man, they're so magic. There's something so magic about doing them. And I used to go to them as a kid, and the jams of the bluegrass festivals, playing fiddle tunes, right? Playing all those tunes as a kid, man, was kind of just super fundamental and learning music as a language. And the best place to explore those territories is with other people, like live, not on the internet. as a guy who's live streaming currently, not on the internet, in a room with other human beings, and watching it evolve in front of you, seeing the really elite players, kind of the guys that are just starting out, watching it just kind of form itself into a living, breathing entity in a room, and hearing more like feeling the energy in the room, and watching people's faces light up when somebody plays something cool. And then after something's over, it's like those people asking. I was one of them. Those people asking, how do you do that lick? How do you play that tune? What was that? What are the chords to that? I remember going all that stuff, wanting to be a better player. Right? That's really what it boils down to. Wanting to be a better player. I'm checking out the chat over here real quick. I just want to see what some of you guys have said about your favorite concerts. A.B. Franklin said he was at the Allman Brothers Band live at the Fillmore, and he still has the stuff. Yeah, you talk about magic. Wow, dude. Yes. Cheers to my New Zealand friends out there. I see y'all. Michael Rizzo says, I saw Larry Carlton on the Solid Ground tour. He was about 15 feet away. I'll tell you another good one I had. I was right before COVID. I was at the Brothers in Madison Square Gardens, and they brought out Dwayne's old gold top, and Derek went to work with that thing. Man, it had me in tears. Getting to hear Melissa, not a joke. I was just weeping. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever heard. Tom said, I live near Notre Dame. When I was young, my first place I'd go to watch concerts, he says, back in the day, Aerosmith and Nugent. What's your favorite Aerosmith riff? What's your favorite Aerosmith riff? I got one. I think mine is this one. I love that riff, man. It's real Real dirty, real sassy. Turn up some volume. A little more volume ain't gonna hurt anybody. Okay. Rondé Paget says, can't wait for Woodshed. Dude, I'm so stoked you're going to be there, my friend. This year at Woodshed, we have an incredible lineup. Eric Johnson, Brent Mason, Andy Timmons, Greg Koch, Mark Lettieri, Seth Rosenblum. Holy cow, what? Gonna be insane. I hope there's some aha moments at Woodshed. Yeah, that's the thing, right? A lot of people are talking about it. Yeah, talking about it's going to be big, man. Going to be a big one. Jim Dover's in the house. He says that Van Halen in California with Sammy. I got to see Sammy. I loved it. Obviously, you guys know I love some Sammy Hagar. Yeah. Jay's in the house saying, question, as my grass repertoire is growing weekly, I'm finding songs schmoozing together, songs that start off similar. Tips for keeping things clear in my mind. Yeah, that's really tough. That happens to me a lot. Like, I've been playing that style of music since I was a little kid. And even now and then I go, now, which one's this? How does that one go? Oh, yeah. I think it's just being in that lane and listening to that music as much as possible. Here's something for you guys to chew on with... I'll say another Aerosmith riff. That one's pretty sassy. I would say that Love in an Elevator riff is pretty daggum good. I'll also say that I love that one. And I love I think What It Takes is really killer too. Yeah, those are my favorites. We got something special for you guys to take part in. I've got a new album coming out, and it's coming out in October. You Patreon members are going to get sneak peeks and early goodies before then, and maybe even get the album early. Who knows? But in conjunction with this new album, and in conjunction with Woodshed, and in conjunction with Sir Guitars, behold, weapon of choice. If you go to woodshedguitarexperience.com, you can download a backing track. And that's not just any old backing track. That is the backing track that is a section of my new album. So I have muted out my lead guitars, which are super fuzzy and gnarly. I actually use this fuzzy drive because it's got this zipper sound. It's really harsh and it sounds awesome. So I've muted out that fuzz guitar, and it's a section for you guys to play over. It's not really difficult. It's a D minor vamp, kind of a D minor 9 vamp in 7, which is fun. I'll just give you a little bit of it. It's kind of got this like... and it kind of vamps around that B flat to that D. You guys solo over it. I'm going to choose a winner, and the winner gets to come to Woodshed for free. That's pretty awesome. We're going to announce the PRS winner later today. But yeah, you guys solo over that track. If you look up next to Chuck Keller, he's got the blue name with the wrench. Direct Sir contest link. It says sir.com/woodshed. That link right there. Download that track, play over it, tag me in it, and let me see you play, and you can come to Woodshed for free. You can hang with me and Brent Mason, Eric Johnson, Timmons, and Lettieri, and all the homies. It'll be really, really fun. So again, that link is where Chuck has got it mentioned right there. Direct Sir contest link. It's really good. It's a good time, and you'll get to hear a little bit of the new album. There's tablas in there. It's pretty cool. It's in 7/8. It's not like Tool, but it's a little. It's like It's like Zeppelin-y, but Tool mushed together, schmoozed together. I was thinking about Zeppelin when I wrote it, and Ben comes in and goes, "Oh, sweet, a Tool riff," and I was like, "What?" But I do love 10,000 Days. It's a great one. John Cordy is exceptional. Yeah. K Sharp keeps bringing up John Cordy. I love John. I talk to him occasionally. John's a good dude too. Great player. He's always talking about. I liked his video this week on the permutations of legato instead of just going doing like. All those kind of like different permutations you can get. And it kind of gives your playing a little more life instead of just doing those kind of things. They don't really have as much expression as taking a sequence. And that's that. We're like that. Those guys do that muting thing. Yeah. So yeah, it's a really cool video he did this week on that. It's really good. Also this week, but anyways, yeah, enter that. And I think I used this rotary sound for some of it. This is the Strymon Mobius, and I don't know what kind of rotary it is. It's just something I dialed in. It sounds good. Definitely cool. Definitely cool. And it's great for... Also this week, there was a really great Paul Davids video with all the dudes playing over the backing track. Mateus had some tasty stuff. Really great stuff in that Mateus solo. I did a breakdown on my Patreon if you guys want to check that out, talking about each little section move of it. I love what he does all the time, but that one connected with me for some reason more than a lot of things that it's like when we get online every day, there's another great player somewhere who's like drinking from the fire hose of great players. But that solo really had some magic in it that I loved. And so I learned it, and I had to. It was that thing that I had to learn. So if you want to learn that solo, I don't know if Mateus is teaching it. If you want to learn it you should definitely learn it from him. I learned it by ear. and I teach it on Patreon. But if he's got a lesson of it, some tabs, you should get those because it'll be, Mateus. But like, yeah, if he doesn't, then I've taught that. Waterman is saying, how low is your action? Very close to Sir Spec. Maybe it's sniff lower, but it's not slammed. I like to have enough leeway in there to where I can get under the strings on those bends. One more time on that leg. Much better. Getting warmed up. Here's a great Eric one from the that I watched this week too. This was from obviously the really iconic Austin City Limits. I think he does it F. Oh, he's doing it there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. That's that lick. There we go. K Sharp says, I want to go to one of your shows, see you play the mandolin. Yeah, I need to have more mandolin in my life. Just that real quick. Do you play any other instruments other than Mando? I dabble. I dabble on some fiddle. Mark Gamble says, can you play Beyond the Reef? Yeah, I haven't played it in a while. Let's play it. It may not be very good, but we'll try it. Check some levels. Make sure I got it close.
Live fade out. Yeah, it's a fun one. By request. There you go. Mark says a little bit of Beyond the Reef. That's it. That's a little bit. And I think the hard part where he's saying is the hard part is the that. Turn the way down so you can hear it. Not be as bubbly, right? It's that kind of thing. You gotta add those. Changes are fun. There's a lot of like minor third movement, right? It's like A minor, A minor 9, and then you have kind of C minor over A flat. It could be A major 7. I see a lot of it as C minor. But that's what it is, right? The gearbox settings are this is the red side, and the gain is at 2 o'clock. The gain is at 2 o'clock. The mids are pretty low at like 9 o'clock. The bass is low-ish at like 10:30 or 11 o'clock. The treble is at noon. And then when I kick in the blue side, everything's at noon on the blue side, and it sounds like this. Just adds more of that push. Yeah, I think my tone is definitely inspired by the EJ thing a lot. Maybe just a little more hair. A little more of the Steve Morse kind of thing. I like a little bit of that zip. Like right there. That's pretty sweet. Like kind of 3-1-3. Kind of jumping around through different things here. What settings do you set your Xbox? No, Oxbox with the Bella. This is like a 412. 412 with like a 121 and 57. A little bit of shelving on the top end. Just like nothing at like after 13K, 12K. There's nothing up there anyways. I use. I like 9 to 46. Okay, check this out. This is why. On a Les Paul, 10 to 46 feels really great. But you got to remember your E string is up here and it's close. Right? 3 and then 3. The shorter scale, but I think it's really about how long this E string travels. So the 9 feels really good, but still a 46 on the bottom. So it's a hybrid set, but I like that. I like the way that feels. Feels balanced. Yeah, it's good. I use 9 to 9.5 on a Floyd. A lot of the time that feels really good for a Floyd. Like for a down a half step, you know, to shred stuff. Yeah. Thanks, Chuck, for the link to my True Fire stuff. Great sounding rig, though, doesn't it? This is Bella. Yeah. Noodles, man. Just noodling. I couldn't make it up in time. Any mandolin on the new CD? Not a lot. There's a little bit. There's not a ton of it. There's a little bit. One of my favorite sections of the new album is that's one of my favorite things to play on the new one, man. It's really good. Yeah, it's really, really cool. Also, I love this tune that's on the new one that's got this like kind of what is it? I can't really do it. I was working on this one today. It's really hard. This whole section's really tough. The next section is. It's the thing that if I don't play it every 2 or 3 hours, I forget how it goes. It's really, really tough. So it's like, what is that? This like I don't remember if I remember all the solo. Oh, was it? That's what it is. Was it? One more time on that light. It's a really tough one, man. It's a really, really tough lick. It's really tough. That's what it is. Tough one. It's going to be really, really tough. Tough song to play. But I like it. It's fun. And I like the main melody, you know. That's a fun one. Right? It's kind of fun. It's a lot of that gypsy kind of thing, inspired by that. It's not really Ingve so much as gypsy. It's like all this stuff is like gypsy jazz inspired. Kind of classical there. That's totally a gypsy thing though. Like the Romanian thing. Oh, it's all alternate picking. So there's a slide there where I lay off of the pick. I feel like my eyebrow has to do that. Oh. Yeah, totally that. My family is from Carpatho Mountains, and we play the same type of music like that. Yeah, Django, if he could have used his fingers, I'd be lost without the sweeping. It's not really that, not that fast. Just get that going. Yeah, the solo's really nuts hard though. These are the hardest arpeggios to pick. Like, that. Oh, come on. And these are actually a lot less sweeping than you imagine. There's a lot less sweeping. If I had a mute, it'd be really great, but so I'm trying to get all this stuff as clean as possible without having to use a mute of any kind. Just for the sake of me wanting to have those open strings for the rest of the song, right? Now, those arpeggios are E flat, then B flat, F, like F7, and then G minor. So, F. Yeah. This is going to be called Master Gracie's Manor, MGM. Master Gracie's Manor. And inspired by the story within the Haunted Mansion ride at Disney World, Disneyland. Master Gracie was the gentleman that's the head of the manor. Kills himself. He's the guy hanging, you know. It's alluded to that he's the guy hanging. If you've ever been to Disneyland and played any of that, you know. Right. Pedro says, "Hey Andy, did you ever consider making a preset on the Axe-Fx, applying the same concept you're using with your new Marshall? My new old Marshall. It would be interesting to see how close you get." Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like the Back to Austin preset. If you guys go to andywoodmusic.com. Yeah. Michael says I'd be lost without sweeping. Oh, you can sweep. I just like the articulation without it. The bubbly kind of sound. Shredder a la mode's in the house. He's saying, "Can I play slide?" And I'm like, "Not really." So I just kind of do this. Yeah. I kind of fake it without it. I kind of do that thing, so I don't really have a slide. Those kind of licks, right? Very gospel-y, very trucksy. Kind of with the slide, right? Yeah. Man in the Helmet saying, "Is there a video game reference on the album?" I think it's going to be called Sanctuary. There's one tune that's not been named yet, and that's my video game tune. And I think it's going to be called Sanctuary. It's got the... for the Sir Contest. The Sir Contest is the song that I think it's going to be my video game song. Yeah. The Brent Mason... there's a special... If you like Brent Mason, you're going to like my new album. Here's a hint. It's not me playing like Brent Mason. I just noticed he has a tremolo. I was wondering how he's doing it. Yeah. You do it without it, too. Most of the stuff I was doing without it. I was doing a lot of the main of it without it, right? Yeah, you can do it without it. Yeah. So with that said, man, we're going to sign out today. I want you guys to solo over that song. Go to the Sir link and grab it. And if you win, you'll get to come to Woodshed for free, which is awesome. Jose's saying, Andy, fantastic playing. Thank you, Jose. For the Woodshed Guitar Experience Contest, the link to the video, does it have to be a YouTube link or can you send it to social media? I think all the details are on the page. If you go to Woodshed or Sir, all the details are there. Yeah. So if you just go get it, it'll be there. I think you can tag me on social media. I forget all of the details. They're all in the link to the page. Yeah, Chuck has just timed in with that link. Yeah, sir.com's Woodshed. You know, that's the one you want. So with that said, man, thanks for hanging out, doing some picking, playing some tunes. Cheers to my friends all over the place, man, from New Zealand to Chicago, everywhere in between, man. It's so good to see you guys week after week hanging out with me here. And, yeah, some signed vinyls are definitely coming, Steve. Little sneak peeks here of the album. If you want more sneak peeks and you want to get the album early, that's going to be available on patreon.com/AndyWoodMusic. Patreon.com/AndyWoodMusic if you want to just throw money in the bucket, some beer money, or if you want access to weekly live master classes and all that kind of good stuff like we're going to be doing tonight from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So if you want to join in a live Zoom call and get your, Philly in the house, get your guitar out, hang out with us tonight from 6 to 8. That'll be through Patreon. So get in there, get signed up, play over this contest. I can't wait to see what you guys do. And we'll talk to you real soon.